know what I mean?
All right, hey, welcome to the Dude Rants Podcast, Episode 6. I'm Big Grizzly. I'm going to be the fucking host in this bitch tonight. So that means, first of all, if you're going to go on incoherent babbling, Waz, I'm looking at you. I'm going to cut that shit off. I'm fucking this chick, and you're just holding the feathers, all right? So we're going to do what? We're going to go off. We're going to introduce everyone. I said I'm Big Grizzly, and I wanted to start off just by shouting out. I wanted to shout out that fucking Fox News bitch, the shut up and dribble bitch. And then she came on with Drew Brees and then totally made herself look like a hypocrite. But they kind of stole that shit from me, social media. So I don't want to beat a dead horse with that one. So I'll give my shout out D-Day, one of the greatest fucking days of all time. And I'm gonna start it with a quote from Dwight D. Eisenhower. Soldiers, sailors, airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force, you are about to embark on the great crusade towards which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. D-Day, never forget. All right, we got Ep.6 here. What's on your mind, brother?
Nothing really. I'm just real excited to be here with T himself from the Rock. Everyone sees him. Everyone sees him, but you know me. I'm on YouTube. Brady, what do you got?
Nah, not too much. I mean, big shout out. Actually, shout out to the world, man. We got all 50 states joined in on the protest, and I believe we're up to about 18 different countries now. I mean, it's nice to see everyone kind of rallying. I mean, you still got some shitbags out there, but hey, we're all kind of rallying around one cause.
That's what it is. The world.
The Danny Hammer. I'm here. Fucking Danny Hammer on Facebook. You know, I'm here having a beer, you know, having a good time. Got the boys here. Fucking T's here, which is fucking phenomenal. Love to see it. Big shout out to fucking all the brothers and sisters in arms today. Even Canada. Canada was fucking there with us. So is Britain. Fuck yes. Love to see it. And fucking send it over to T.
Hey, me. I want to introduce him. So we've been excited about this all week. We got our special guest, Big Time, the star from the funniest fucking show that was ever made, Trailer Park Boys, Mystic Fingers Employee of the Month, the minister of the Department of No Sayings, owner of Rockpile Wireless, all the way from Russia with a love bone, Tyrone Parsons, a.k.a. T. Take it away, brother.
A.k.a. Knucklehead. Yes, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. What up, y'all, man? I appreciate the love. It's all good. What's good, man? I hope y'all can hear me. Everything is love, man. I mean, I appreciate it, man. I'm happy to be here and be a part of you guys' movement.
Glad to hear it.
Everything good?
All right, so we'll just go right to, I mean, I'm sure all the boys got some questions for T, so we'll start off with that. And I get the first question, though, because this one's always been burning me. And I know this has been talked about before, and I'm going to give some context on this because I've been boozing since like 1985, and I can spot fake drunk from a mile away, all right?
You've been boozing since 85 or 95?
Yeah, 85, man. I'm 47.
85.
Anyway,
okay, yeah.
Check this out, though, right?
Yeah.
My stance has always been that fucking Leahy was drunk as shit in some of his scenes. Because there's no way you can fake drunk is the hardest acting that you can do. From a Trailer Park Boy, was Leahy ever loaded during some of those scenes?
No.
Whoa.
He's a hell of an actor.
He's one hell of an actor.
One of the greatest, man. One of the greatest to do stuff. That's how you know you're acting and you're not acting.
But Tim, one of my things though too was like, as you can see it in the eyes too. In the eyes, he just looked fucking loaded.
That's what makes you believe it. That's what you start to believe when you can see it. Because you have people that play roles, and there's different roles. But you could have somebody play a role where they're a crack addict, but they never smoked a cigarette or a joint or anything in their life. But yet they nailed that role and they played it to a T. No pun intended. They played it to a T.
I was just gonna say.
How do you do that? That's good acting. That's just knowing your role and knowing what to do.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Then I mean, you were on set, so I'll take your word for it.
Well,
All right,
I know that man. I mean, I met him on the set and know him for as long as we've known each other. R.I.P. Rest in peace, John Dunsworth. I went on a tour with him and Randy, and he taught me some valuable advice. Gave me some valuable advice. After the first day, he gave me some valuable advice, and I only got valuable advice like that from like 2 and 3 people that was in like the entertainment business, like the music stuff, and from 2 or 3 different people. He was one of those people.
Well,
Definitely good.
I got the T-Bags. T-Bags, you got a question for T?
Yeah, I was curious because we were talking before we actually went live about you had a story about how you Trailer Park Boys. If you wanted to elaborate on that.
I couldn't really hear that. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry about how tell us about how you got brought on to the Trailer Park Boys cast.
To get in the show, like how was I part of the show? How I ended up being part of the show? Well, I mean, that's a frequent question I get all the time, man. I was in a group which consisted of 2 groups, 2 solo artists, and then 2 DJs. And we had a manager. So there was like 10 of us all together. Something like that, like all the combined. There was 10 of us. And an album we put out had a couple skits on it. One of the skits was like a white guy, talking like he was from a trailer park. He could rap, this and that. This was back in like 98, 99. And then we actually put it out in like 99, 2000, something like that. It got released and it fell into the hands of the producers and the creators of the show. Shout out Mike Clattenburg. You know what I mean? He's one of the people. And Mr. Finch, who was Mr. Finch in the show in the Rock Pile, he was our manager at the time. He got a call, which was to bring some of us into the studio for an audition for this show that was about to be created. And I was one of those people that came in, and when I came in, I made sure that I stayed in. And when I say I made sure I stayed in, nothing like that. I just knew that I had something that nobody else had, and I knew how to work that. I'll just leave it at that. From the people from the people that was in the room at that time, I know I had something that they didn't have, and I knew how to work with that.
Yeah, awesome. Brady, you got a question for T?
No, I mean, yeah, I'm sure I have like 50, but I asked you the one question so in most of your scenes, because obviously everyone that watches fucking Trailer Park Boys knows it's, you piss your pants laughing watching the show. I mean, how many different sequences of takes did you guys have to do in all those episodes? I mean, just from people laughing mid take or whatever the case may be.
Every scene was different because at any given point in time, like we could be doing this scene and it'd be the first take. The first take could be a good take and it could be it, but then we still do it like 10 more times in a row after that, just to see what happens, how it's gonna play, or who could do what, how it was gonna spice up. Could we spice it up even more, or just to see what would fit? I mean, in that sense, but still keeping it to what it was, authentic to what we were trying to do. Right?
So how much of it was just like kind of off the cusp, or was it mainly all just
Well, it's almost like a guideline. You see what's there to be done. You see what's in front of you. I want this whole house cleared out, but at the same time, guys, can you just leave the countertop and when you leave, make sure it's clean and show me something nice that I'll like. And that's what everybody's going for. Like you trying to clean it out and give you what you want without actually being like robots, or it's not genetic. Everybody's just coming in with that feel, and that's what it was.
Okay, fair enough. Waz, what do you got for him?
All right, so there's a 2-parter here, and I feel like a ton of people ask this question, you know. First off, the animated series, did you guys really spring that off because of the absence of John Dunsworth, so you guys were able to keep him in the show? And secondly, is the actual non-animated series going to keep rolling? Are you guys going to be coming out with that?
When John passed away, R.I.P. to John again. Respects, legend. Always respects. The show was already in progress to be a cartoon, to be animated. So, I mean, I have no control over stuff like that. You know what I mean? When they call me, you know what I mean, I come for them. You know what I mean? I get there. No pause. I you know, when they call for me, I show up and I deliver. You know what I mean? I'm day one, and I've been there. So, I mean, I have that loyalty, and they have that loyalty to me too. So, I mean, it's that. It's that for me. I mean, would I rather be outside recording and filming? I'd love to still keep doing that. If that's what we're gonna do, we keep doing it, I'll do it. But to go stand behind the mic and give my voice and not fall down and hurt my elbow or hurt my hip and do certain things where it's taking a wear and tear on you. You know what I mean? It has its differences and it has its perks. So you know, it's like a scale. I mean, it has balances. So I mean, everybody has their different things that they think. To me, it's just something brand new. I never thought in my life I'd be a cartoon. So you know, I am seeing myself as a cartoon. Well, I love it. Yeah, I love it.
All right, T. I have another question. Everyone has their funniest characters on the show. Who is the funniest guy? Who is the funniest guy off camera?
Well, that's hard to say because, I mean, everybody's funny. And if you're asking me about the cast members and everybody, stuff like that, I mean, certain people weren't trying to be funny. Certain people were saying stuff that they were just talking and speaking. I mean, if you're talking about like the Rock Pile or like J-Rock or like Ricky or those other guys, I mean, it depends. It depends because everybody adds to the flavor. I mean, so, you know, how can you have a salad with just lettuce? You gotta have tomatoes. You gotta have onions. You gotta have cucumbers. You gotta have, you know what I mean? You gotta have this. Because that's what makes a salad. You know what I mean? So everybody funny. You know what I mean? Everybody funny. I mean, I always, as I grew up as a kid, I never thought I was funny because I was always looking up to my homies and my people. But then as I got a certain age, I realized that I'm saying stuff and they laughing. I'm funny too, man. Funny. I'm a funny guy. I can be a funny guy. I'm not a funny guy, but I can be a funny guy. You know what I mean? So it's just,
there's no doubt you've had some legendary fucking.
Do you like Caesar salad? Do you like garden salad? Do you like you know what I mean? What's the other salad? French salad? Do you like house salad? You know what I mean? What's your preference? Because if you like Caesar salad, that could be me. I'm making you laugh all the time. If you like Caesar salad, if you like garden salad, that could be J-Rock. He's making you laugh all the time. You know what I mean? So depending on what you're looking for, and it's just a blend. You know what I mean? It's just a blend. You got to find that conglomerate. I can't even pronounce that word, but you got to find that mixture where you blend together. Everything is, when you're mixing up that salad, everything's together. That's what makes something funny. And you're not trying to do it, but you're doing it. But you know you're not trying to do it, but it's being done. That's
so.
Hey, you got a question? You got another question?
What?
Yo. Before this next question, let me just ask something so I can give you guys a shout out. What's the name of this podcast?
The Dude Ranch Podcast.
Mid Ranch Podcast?
Dude Ranch.
Dude Ranch.
Yeah.
Yo, can I say something real quick?
Hey, go ahead, man.
Yo, what up? This your boy T, man, Knucklehead, a.k.a. Tyrone, man, Rock House Finest, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, what is it? Dude Ranch.
Yep.
Shout out to the Dude Ranch podcast, man. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Knucklehead, man. Come see you live, man. Holla.
Appreciate the shout out. Yeah.
Loved it. We need something like that. So, are you and J Rock still? Like, are you guys actual kind of friends in real life, or are you guys still keep in touch, or like outside of shooting?
That's a funny story, man. I mean, like when the show first started, as I was getting casted for the show, they called me back and told me they wanted me to play this part of myself, like just be me. And when I showed up, the person that was playing J-Rock was Jonathan Torrance. So I'm like, man, and I'm talking to Mr. Finch, like, yo, wasn't we trying to get on his show, Street Sense? No, Jonovision? I'm trying to get on that show. This was like a Canadian TV show.
Yeah.
For like, you know, teenagers or whatever. But we just put that album out, man. We was trying to get on that show. And it just so happens he's the guy that I want to be standing beside doing my part in the show. And he showed up. Me and him started talking. He started talking to Finch, and we, you know, figured out he knew who we were. And we was trying to get on that show, but the show had got canceled, so we couldn't get on that show. But what are the chances that we ended up being beside him on a different TV show in a different way? You know what I mean?
So you said Tremblay was originally supposed to play J-Rock? Is that what you said?
No. J-Rock was I was under the assumption at one point that I was supposed to play J-Rock. But then when I got the word back that they wanted me to just do me and they got somebody else to play J-Rock, I was like, okay. And then I met Jonathan on set. And I found out he was J-Rock. And I was like, yo, you the guy, man, that's from Jonovision. We were supposed to be on your show, man. We trying to get on your show. And that's when Mr. Finch stepped in. Mr. Finch was our manager at the time of Ground Squad. We were trying to get on his show, which is a Canadian TV show. And he started taking to us because of what we was telling him. And he just, a J-Rock persona as a whole, he's a corny white rapper that could be in the coolest group and do whatever and it be right. That's TV world though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, I know that guy and like I know him, but him being what he was being, even that person he was portraying, I know people like that. I mean, I know people like that. That's why the world and the people relate to that character so much. I get the question all the time, where's J-Rock at? When's he coming back? I know that guy. I got him on my phone. If I go through my contacts, I go down to his number and hit the button. If I want to call him, I call him. You know what I mean? That's how I know we really know each other. But it's life. You know what I mean? And people got to understand certain things. You know, when things end, it's okay to go on to something else.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I just meant it as more like a, you know, like
no. I'm not saying that to you as a reply to what you're saying. I'm saying that as a reply to what I always get. Like, where's J-Rock at? Blah, blah, blah. Man, 12 seasons. That's a long time, man. Three movies, 2 animated series, a bunch of different specials, like hour specials, and I mean, like, it's a lot.
Specials are great.
And I mean, most shows and TV shows and stuff, they would have been shut down after 8, 9 seasons. You know what I mean? Like, they stop and then they move on to other stuff. Yeah, man.
Hey, can I interject about that? And the way, and you mentioned that, and I've always said this to people, especially a comedy show is especially hard to keep going for that many fucking seasons because it's hard to come up. It's hard to come up with new
ideas and concepts and you gotta definitely stay creative, man. You gotta definitely stay creative.
Right, like I always said, like South Park.
You gotta have creative minds around you, consistently just generating that, man.
Yeah, definitely creative minds at the cast there. But like I always said, like Trailer Park or I'm sorry, South Park, it's easy because they go off of just like current events and they just make fun of current events. But you guys just do it. It's a complete different thing. So that's really hard.
Yeah.
Our compliments to the whole creative staff there.
I never really watched cartoons. When I was a kid, and I stopped watching cartoons, like, you know, and I started going outside more, I stopped watching cartoons. But I always love cartoon movies because when I hear the voice of the person that's behind the voice of that little character in the cartoon movie, I'm like, yo, man, that's killer, man. That voice could be a geek, or it could be the character of Strongman, or it could be, you know, the guy that was the mechanic. Or I'm like, wow, that's dope. And you don't got to be seen as yourself. You can just give your voice. That's a whole different other thing, you know. Like I never, like I said, I stopped watching cartoons when I was young, but to know that I was going to be put in a cartoon make me go back to watch it, and I got to watch it again and be like, man, I remember watching cartoons, and here I am, cartoon.
I for one I love the cartoon.
The real
stuff. Yeah, me too. I mean, I personally like the like obviously like the lot, whatever you want to call it, like the regular stuff. Oh, funny.
I found it funny. This season, the second season was fucking.
The second season was great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
T-Bags, you got a question?
Yeah. The one season when Snoop Dogg was in there, what was it like? Dogg
Can't hear you.
Yeah, repeat that again.
You're cutting out.
Like the whole season with like Snoop Dogg and stuff. Like, how cool was it to like meet like a big icon like that?
Snoop Dogg is a very he's one of the. If you ask me, I mean, this is in my humble opinion too, and I know a lot about hip hop, and I did do my research. You see, I'm wearing a Wu-Tang hat.
Yeah.
But if you ask me, after Tupac, Biggie, after that, Snoop Dogg, even during that, Snoop Dogg, what he's been through, Snoop Dogg is he's hip hop's most wanted. He's the best in hip hop. Like he did music, he did TV, he did clothes, made a car, been on game show. Like, what the fuck did Snoop do? What didn't he do?
Oh,
Like,
Snoop Dogg is on NHL. He's on Madden. I mean, the guy's an icon. You know, like
he's all classified. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in that video, no pressure. Like, I mean, like, and then to get to do a thing, and actually, just for the record, just so people know, when they watch those episodes of season 10 with Snoop Dogg in it, I actually ain't in no episodes with Snoop Dogg. I'm there, but I'm not in no episodes with him.
Oh yeah, he was in the season.
Yeah.
The rock part's there, but I'm not there. I'm not in the episodes. I'm there, but I'm not in the scene. Like my hands here right now, and I'm waving to you. You can't see it. The rock part's there, but I'm not there in the scene.
Why is that?
It's just how it turned out. But I did get to meet him. Like and I walked over to him and I got a picture with him and talked to him for sex, shook hands. And one thing I regret, I was like, man, why didn't I bring my fucking movie Soul Plane? Tom Arnold's here and Snoop Dogg's here. Man, I could have got them to sign that shit. Man. Yeah. That would have been dope for me. You know what I mean? I met Ghostface, man. I was just telling you earlier, I was on stage with Ghostface twice. The second time was on YouTube. You can check it. And the day after, I went to his in-store signing, and I brought all my Wu-Tang albums, that Ghostface was a part of, and Ghostface got at least 12 albums. And then I brought the 4 Wu-Tang albums, and I brought the covers, and my son was with me. He showed up, and my son said, "Yo, they want the picture with me. You want a picture?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I get a picture, man. I fucking Wu-Tang, man, forever, man." My son was standing there. He's in one picture, and then the guy says, "Yo, you want your picture taken?" My son says, "Nah, I don't like Wu-Tang. I don't like you. My dad does." My son And my son stepped out the picture and let me get my pictures. I'm like, man, why are you disrespecting like that? You know, that's crazy. But my son knows what it is, though. But that's a whole different thing. But like I said, man, I met Ghostface. You know what I mean? I met some real royalty and people that I looked up to and people that I came in the game under of what, like I said, American hip hop has influenced Canadian hip hop to the utmost. That, you know what I mean, especially me, like, and I'm nothing to do with me being black, but me being black, those rappers are black. The area, just the situation, shit is the same, man. Just different country. I mean, we got our killings up here, people killing people. And, I mean, black people getting attacked. Like, it's been like that since those days. And I'm 40 years old. It's been like that since I was fucking 15, 16 years old. And before that, when I was fucking young, before I even got into what I was getting into, I could see it. You know what I mean? So I just relate to Wu-Tang and like the whole American hip hop. I get it. I'm totally with it. And I'm there with it. I'm just up here. You know what I mean? For me to meet those people, it's like, yo, and especially for the people that know me, to be in a position to meet a Snoop Dogg, to meet Tom Arnold, to meet Webster, to meet fucking Ghostface, to meet Raekwon, you know what I mean? To meet Cheap Gooch, and you know, have conversations back and forth for a quick minute. It's like, fuck, yo, surreal shit, you know what I mean? And
I'm glad you shouted.
And then to have people see me in that same light when I'm doing my shows and doing mine, and I'm touring, and people coming up to me and meet me, and then me looking back, looking at their little portfolios and shit, and looking at their stuff and being like, yo, that guy was actually nice, man. That guy I met in Ottawa, or that guy I met in Vancouver, man, he was actually, yo, that motherfucker's dope, man, and shit like that, you know what I mean? So it's all about paying homage and actually studying the craft and studying the culture and actually knowing and it being that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Waz, you got any questions for Tate?
No, go on. He took a big bite of chicken.
Holla.
Here he goes, eating fucking food again. We told you about eating food during the podcast.
Fuck off.
Yeah, he listens to
I drink and then I get hungry. I can't fucking help myself. Jesus Christ, give me a fucking break.
Here he goes, eating
just sitting back listening to the stories, man. Listen to me speak, man, right? That's what you want to
No,
hear, right?
this is an important question. Hold on, I don't mean to cut you off, but obviously, you know, you're smoking. I'm a big fan of weed too. I smoke almost daily. Did you smoke with Snoop?
Actually, I didn't smoke with Snoop.
No.
I like I said, man, I was on set, but he was in the scenes, and I was off the scene. I was right there, but I wasn't in the scene. And then when I was in the scene, he was right there, but he wasn't in the scene. So like Finch and Mr. Green and them guys is all in the scene around him and stuff. But when they said cut, I was right there, like, yo, like getting in pictures and stuff. And, you know what I mean? And at the same time too, like I said, man, I as a kid, for me, coming up, I always told my mother that I was going to be on TV. My mother knows, my mother, she knew. And I told her I was always going to be on TV. So at some point, I just knew what came along with being on TV, like having that attention on you.
Yeah.
You have to like people. Like, even though I don't like people, you have to accept people are going to always be at you, or you'll get questions, or you know, you gotta, you know, this and that, blah blah blah. But that's what I chose, and that's where I wanted to go with it. And that's what I did. So, you know what I mean, I'm never one to meet somebody and be like all over them. But at the same time, man, I could be the biggest fan. Like, I love Snoop Dogg, but he's not one of my favorites. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I met Ghostface for the second time, and I actually went out after the show, and the shit's on YouTube, man. You know what I mean? Like, you can see it in the whole show. You know what I mean? The second time, man. And the first time was just the craziest because everybody already knew. I already had predicted it, that if he does a certain thing in the show, this is what I'm gonna do, man. And it happened. And it happened. You know what I mean? It happened and it happened. So,
hey, Waz, Well, I'm
Yes.
going to get to your question, but I want to remind Brady that I'm fucking his chicken. You're just holding the feathers. Don't interrupt Waz again. Go ahead, Waz.
Thank you. Okay, so how is the group dynamic on the show? Because I mean, Lucy quit for, she stated the reasons on Twitter and shit like that. But like how do you guys conjunctively work together as a team? You guys all of you guys get along well for the most part. You know what I mean?
I look at it like an apartment. I mean, you can have 18 people in an apartment, 16 people in an apartment. And if some people move out and other people move in, you don't get to know them as neighbors, and it is what it is. They can be involved in certain situations without even being known that they're involved in it. So, you know what I mean? And then, they could be moved over to the apartment building and somebody brought in that can actually speak and be involved in what's going on in that building. So, I mean, everybody has room to move back in.
Yeah.
Everybody has. This is just my perspective on it. Everybody has room to move back in, but it's just a matter of, everybody moved out to try to, they try to get a bigger house and they want to move away and whatever, live in a different area. So that's how I see it, like a perspective like that. Because when you're from the park, you're always from the park. That's how I always see it too. If they ain't going nowhere, I can find them if I really wanted to. Still,
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. If you want to move out, you can move out. That's fine. You know what his build is at. You can come back anytime you want. Because the other person could get kicked out any day now.
All right, T. So I know you got a rap career. Do you also do stand-up comedy too? And two-part question, you got any new rap coming out?
That's funny. I do rap. I rapped before I got on the show. That's what's so funny about it. Like I was saying earlier, where a certain person heard our album, and I was rapping way before that, but then I joined another group with a couple people. Shout out to Classified, and people like White Mike and Marvin Upshaw and a few other people, George Payne. We was all in this group together. Nathan C. We was all in this group together, and that's how I got into the show, because we all went in. They just liked what I was doing. They picked me, and I was alongside John Components. But yeah, man, I've been rapping a long time. I do have music. It's just a matter of when it will come out or if it will. As far as stand-up is stand-up to me is something that's spontaneous. So it can't be rehearsed. It can't be rehearsed. It has to be shit that's right on the spot, because I don't want to tell jokes that I already know. And if I tell a joke and you don't laugh, then it's like, fuck, I gotta jump to the next shit. As like music, as the music, you already know what you're getting because you heard it before. Jokes, you can't tell jokes 3 and 4 times, especially if somebody's in the room that heard that already. You know what I mean? So it's a little different, especially how you project yourself and how you come across too. So my stand up is pretty much live of what I'm projecting, which is my music, and I go off of what the people know of who I am in the show. And who I am in the show is who I am in real life, minimized a little bit, but in the show I bring it up a little bit more, because that's what I do, is do music. So I give you that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, awesome. I knew you had a rap career, so I was curious to stand up. So T-Bags, you got any more? You got a question?
I rapped for about 8 years before I even actually started that show. You know what I mean? If you check the years and do the history on the show, I rapped for about 8, maybe I think like 12 years before the show is when I actually started.
Yeah, I knew you had a rap career. I follow you on Instagram, so I knew you had a rap career. I was just curious if you did stand up at all. T-Bags, you got a question?
Underground King.
Yeah. So I mean, you're on the show to real popular in the world? Like, what's it like? It's like a normal day. Like, how do you get recognized a lot? Like, you're like in the streets or like in like a restaurant or something?
Well, I do that shit all the time, man. I mean, I go to work every day. I wake up and go to a regular job, and I mean, behind the counter, and I'm on the floor
Okay.
and fucking with people. I'm a regular person too. Just because I'm on TV,
Yeah.
it's not like I'm doing 5 and 6 different shows and I can keep it moving like that. I don't. It's not how it is with me. And I mean, it could be, but the way that I progressed it and seeing it come along, I wouldn't have it no other way. I like getting up, going to work actually every day because I have 2 sons. And if it don't work out for them, they gotta know they gotta get the fuck up every day and go to fucking work and go to school and get that knowledge so that you can actually do something that you can appreciate and be, and take pride in. You know what I mean? For me, just because it happened for me, don't mean that happens to you like that. You know what I mean? And even if
Yeah, it's
people
actually
don't
really.
see it like that, even if people don't see it like that, when you see me working a job though, you see me on TV, and you see, this motherfucker's actually working too though. Yeah, because I'm going to get it, man. Just because I'm on TV don't mean I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna get that. I'm about that real life too, man. I'm a real person too. Regular.
Yeah,
Wait, so T, I'm baffled by that. So you have a regular 9 to 5? I mean, a hit comedy show like Trailer Park Boys is fucking huge. I would have thought you'd be like set.
Shout out to
So
the 9
regular
to 5.
9 to 5.
I'm an essential worker too, man. Just so people know, man. Yeah, man. I'm out there every day. Never stop, man. Every day. And I don't call in sick because I'm never sick. If I call in, it's because I have to deal with my kids and my kids got something going. You know what I mean? It keeps it that real, man. That's why Old Dirty Bastard, man. That's my favorite rapper.
Me, babe.
Just, man. I mean, I take advantage of every angle. If I can go to work and get money, I'm going to work and get money. If I can take advantage of being an entertainer and get money, I'm getting money, man. If I can get on stage and get money and do a show, I'm getting money. If I could do a meet and greet and I'm getting money. But I plan on getting money just to take care of what I need to take care of, my business. You know what I mean? So that's not enabling, man. I'm doing it.
Yeah, no doubt. Make that paper.
I work, man. My father was a worker too, so.
T-Bag,
So- I was gonna fucking jump back to what you said about stand up, how you like to be real shit on stage, just do it fucking live, nothing rehearsed. I mean, personally, I like those comedians the best because you can fucking tell they like interact with the crowd and then they make another fucking joke just based on someone in the crowd. That's the best shit right there.
That's how you get them.
That's rehearse this shit for 4 fucking days. You know what I mean?
But that's how you get the best out of somebody. Like the person on stage, they never seen that. They never knew. Like if I was on stage and I said something, and you came and you said something out of the blue, out of the left field, you just threw a monkey wrench in my shit.
Yeah.
I got to deal with that live on stage at the point, right in time, man. Like, can I make this funny, or we just kind of talk that out and move on to the next? Like, the whole purpose is to be fucking funny, man. I'm gonna make it funny. You know what I mean? I have to, because if not, then what's my purpose?
Yeah. Fucking
you know what I mean? Like,
there was this one comedian. We went to this fucking comedy club here in San Diego, and we were fucking just getting drunk and shit. And he pointed at me. He's like, "Oh, what are you fucking drinking there?" You know? And I was like, "Oh, it's a fucking Crown Apple and ginger ale." And he's like, "Oh, why you drink that?" And I was like, "Oh, 'cause it gets you fucked up, but I mean, you can't see it, and it keeps you awake at the same time." And he's like, "Jesus fucking Christ, I wouldn't expect someone with a cardigan to be fucking drinking that kind of shit." You know what I mean? And I was like, "Oh, fuck this guy," you know?
Yeah, what the fuck that guy doing? You weren't buying nobody. You were just drinking, doing your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let's see. And you know what I mean? I just want to take the time out again real quick and say, I want to say something. I've been to America a couple of times. I've been to New York. I've been to LA. When I came to LA, I was down there for the Trailer Park Boys second movie premiere. What's it? Don't legalize it. I'm pretty sure it's don't legalize it. And after the premiere, we ended up at the at the Laugh Factory. And at the Laugh Factory, inside the place, who do I bump into? Fucking none other than salute to Ari Spears, man. You know what I mean? So
Shit.
me and him bumping, and then he ends up on stage at the after party. You know what I mean? He did routine and stuff. You know what I mean? Laughing, people laughing, and mind you, me and him is the only two black faces in the place, man. Everybody else is white, man. He up on stage, I was back there. You know what I mean? And then I ended up outside. I'm smoking a cigarette like I'm smoking right now, and he came with the door. As soon as he came with the door, he tapped me right on the shoulder. Yo, bro. Yo, man. Can I get a smoke, man? You got another? And I was like, yo, man. And I was like, yo, man, ain't you the guy that was on Man Cave? He was just up on stage, right? And it was just like, yo. And I mean, I had to shout that out just because y'all's American, man. I'm Canadian. I met that homie, man. I follow him on Instagram. I know what's going on in America. I see what's going on. Like I said, man, American hip hop, American culture down there, Canadian culture / hip hop follows American culture of hip hop down there like that. You know what I mean? We follow y'all. We see what's going on. You know? When y'all had Obama, man, the black people up here was like, we feel like that too, even though we don't got him up here. We feel like that too, and it was real. You know what I mean? But what's going on down there right now? We still feel the realness. I mean, we see how it really is, and it's nothing against. And I mean, we doing the podcast. We wouldn't be doing the podcast if it was like that. That's why the fuck I'm here sitting with y'all right now. You know what I mean? Because it's real.
Yeah.
But we follow y'all, man. We love y'all, man. You know what I mean? And it's just like, man, the times is crazy, and just from, you know what I mean? Everybody feels a certain way, but it's like, wow, man. Like, really? Wow, that's crazy. Like, where we at? Just, fuck,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's
Crazy
shitty,
time.
that's for sure.
Randy, you got a question?
But yeah, man. I'm up here, man. I'm good, man. I mean, I'm doing the show, man. I'm loving the shit. I love it. As long as they keep me part of it, man, I'll be there, man. I'm trailer park from day one. Hold it down,
Yeah.
man. I mean,
So where's all your music posted? Like what kind of site you use? I'd like to check it out.
I don't, man.
Or you
See,
just
that's
kind
the
of
thing. That's the thing, man. Like, while I was young, while I was doing the show, we was doing music and making music, but all the connects and the plugs that we were searching for, we couldn't reach. We couldn't plug into. Like, we just couldn't get to the plug. So we said,
Yeah.
fuck it. We was doing this shit our own selves.
yeah.
Almost like a Master P type. We just, man, I know a guy over here press CDs, man. Okay, cool, man. You mix it down. Okay, cool, man. Guy over here would do that.
Yeah, I'll be out in like
The
20
guy can get up
minutes.
and get it ready, man. And we was doing shit like that. You know what I mean, it got to that point where we stopped relying on other people, man. And then we just, I mean, I started putting the shit and working with a couple people and putting the shit out, you know what I mean? And after, like, once the show started kicking in, the show was kind of what was keeping the wave going so that we could keep putting music out when we knew a new season was coming out. And we would do certain stuff, and we would do and move the wave like that, you know what I mean? Our back and forth motion. And when the show was out, then we put music out. And then when it was dying down, then we go and do live shows and we go around places, you know what I mean? So we was always had a buzz. You know what I mean? I myself always wanted that. I was always trying to get signed, or thought of myself being signed to somebody, or getting on a label, or getting down with somebody. And I got down with a few different people. Shout out to CPG. Shout out to, you know what I mean, Ground Squad. Shout out to Music Over Matter. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? I did work with all those people. I put projects out, mixtapes, and here and there, and did shows and toured and whatever. And that was just off the strength of me having the drive and the will and knowing, you know what I mean? Not everybody's built for this shit. to do
Oh,
what the fuck I've been to too, though. I went on so many trips and got paid this much, but may have got a shirt and a hat, or and at the same time I met the Jizza, or go on this show and do so much and get nothing, and get a pair of shoes and $50, and I met this person, so and so, Shaw Claire and the rap. Like, I've done my share. I mean, my whole fucking life. Like, that's what the fuck I strive for, was to be on. And once I got to a point where I put my own albums out, I'm on the show, I move. When people want me, they don't holler at no agent or a manager. And if I send them to somebody, I send them to Mr. Finch, the guy that got me on TV, from that phone call. And me and him is like that. He's my son's godfather, by the way. But
shit.
But at the same time, me and him's had a relationship since day one, before TV.
Yeah.
And like he's the only person that knows me before TV, but knows the music side, because he was on the other side with the other guys trying to join, or like, how can we form with these guys, and when the head came up, we took them out and they had to join with us.
That's actually
so,
very quick.
You know what I mean? Like it's a deep story of where I come from. And like I said, man, like and it don't start with me, because I have like 2 and 3 forces of where why I do what I do, where it actually comes from, and why I do what I do, like as far as hip hop and the way that I am and what I was taught, that type of shit. But it's deeper than that, you know what I mean? So it's just, I'm not the only one, but I am the one. Like, I've been through so much shit, my whole journey, from fucking age 6, when my brother died. When I was 6 years old, my brother died. From that, you know what I mean? To my father dying, to my best friend dying, you know what I mean? To being where I'm at, like, and shorter terms, from that to now, where I'm at now, in my whole life of going through what I went through, and thinking myself and I'm trying to get on. Man, I've been on since I've been on. It's just a matter of who's listening, who the fuck's listening. You know what I mean? And some people were listening, because I went on tours, man. I went on like 3 different tours, and I went on 4 tours in 3 years. I went on 4 tours in 3 years.
Oh, okay.
And so, you know what I mean? Like, it's known. Shout out to Brandon Bird, man. Diamond Mine Agency, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Secret Society, Doug Crawford, man. You know what I mean? Went on those tours with those guys, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been around, and you know what I mean? I was expecting good, got worse. I was expecting the worst, got good. You know what I mean? So everything was always a learning experience. Always a learning experience. And then I think to myself, why the fuck do I want to be signed? I already did everything I always wanted to do. I'm here right now. If you want me, holler at me. We'll see what works out, and we'll see what we can do, and we'll take it from there. Shout out.
Nice. Drew, you got a question, you said?
Yeah, I know you're gonna be going here. Very quick question. Like, you've been one of the people. I think there were 7 people that's been tenured on the show forever. Like, when did you know that Trailer Park Boys was going to be a hit and as big as it was?
When it was a hit?
Yeah, like, when did you know it was going to be big?
Fuck, I wouldn't say probably till about maybe a season before, or like a season or 2 before they did their first movie.
First movie.
That's because then we was doing the TV show, and up until that point you heard talk about the movie, and when we hearing you doing the movie, I mean, people like me, myself, like I said, man, I was just hoping to be on TV, and I'm in the show. Now that I'm in the show, we doing a movie?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what? No, because we already did like the Christmas special. I mean, we did that. I'm pretty sure we did the Christmas special. But then we supposed to do the first movie. It's like, yo, I got a chance to be in some scenes in a movie. It's like, yo, this gonna be big, man. People gonna know who I am. That's what I was thinking. Like, especially coming from Nova Scotia, Halifax, Canada. You know what I mean? Like, Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. Yes, that's where the fuck I'm from. That's where it is. Yeah. No, I want to stay in order. Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. Canada, Nova Scotia, Halifax. Back, yeah. So Canada's the fucking country, Nova Scotia is the province, Halifax is the city. You already know. But yeah, man, no, that's when I thought I was gonna be like, yo, man. And plus, like, I already had the vision of, I just knew not too many people, but I knew some people that I knew I could stay connected with, and you know what I mean, they was gonna do some stuff that, you know what I mean, if I stay connected with them, that things would happen, and you know what I mean, they make their moves. I'm gonna do my thing. And, you know what I mean, everybody went down their paths, man. You know what I mean, so I mean, when the show started, that group I was in, Ground Squad, that group kind of disbanded, and then the two groups became one group, and then, you know, one artist went his way and did his thing. The other artist just kind of was in limbo, and you know what I mean, and then the two DJs, they just went off and started DJing. You know what I mean, so and the manager kind of went with that group. You know what I mean, so yeah, man.
Yeah, I always
Oh,
found it pretty great.
Wazzy, you've been quiet. You got a question over there, bud?
I've been following everything that's been said. I'm just fucking just kind of soaking it in, you know what I mean? Fucking I don't know. It's great to have a fucking legend like you on the fucking podcast. It really is, man. I mean,
man, pleasure's all mine, man. I mean, I just told my wife earlier, I was like, man, I gotta do another podcast. She's like, another one? Because when I start getting into them, I start talking, and I really get into this shit, you know what I mean? Because I want people to know what the story is of what my story is of who I am. You know what I mean, I am LV. I am LV. That shirt means I am Lucasville. That's where I'm from. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's where I'm from, man. Not Las Vegas. I'm from Lucasville.
It was pretty sweet to hear, like, you know, just more about you outside of just, you know, the Trailer Park Boys. Because obviously everyone, that's all acting. Everyone's a real person. They got real life shit going on.
But my character, my character that I play, I'm portraying myself of who but it's toned down a little bit. But I'll do things that I do. But my whole persona, it's kind of toned down until I start speaking, and then it's toned down again.
Yeah.
So I mean, it goes back, man. Like I got to shout out, man. Classified. You guys know who Classified is?
I don't personally know.
I don't.
No, but I mean, like, you guys never heard of Classified?
No. Can't say that.
Classified has a song with Snoop Dogg called No Pressure.
Okay.
Classified has a song with Voice the 5'9" and Shaw Claire called Unexplainable Hunger. He has multiple songs with, like, rappers from the States, you know what I mean? But he was one of those people that was in that group. He was one of the solo artists that was in that group that I was with when we went to audition, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he went on to do his own thing, you know what I mean, for Canada hip hop, Canadian hip hop. And he's one of those people that I remain close friends with. I mean, like, even after this podcast is done, you guys go Google Classified. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna check them out. Yeah.
Check out what's it called? Inner Ninja, or like 3 Foot Tall, or Oh Canada, or he has multiple classic songs and videos.
Yeah.
I'm in a lot of them just because of our friendship and what we were when we were going through that time. And when that call came for me to be on that show, it was almost like the call for me to go to that and do that, and him to do what he went on to do, what he was doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
if you want, the first song you should check with me is Super Nova Scotian.
Okay.
You guys know who Pat Stay is? You guys heard of Pat Stay?
No.
I can't say I heard of much of Canadian
Yeah.
rappers.
Okay, so you guys don't watch battle raps and shit like that?
I know Celine Dion.
Nah, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Crazy. You guys, so you don't watch much battle raps and shit like that?
Not
No.
really. I don't watch a whole lot of TV much, other than just
Okay.
Netflix stuff.
Okay. Well, Pat Stay is a fucking Canadian monster, legend, king, battle rapper that went to the States and overseas and Europe and shit and battled top-notch people from America and London, and he's in the video. Quake Matthews, I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's in the video. Jordan, he's the R&B singer from Canada, from Nova Scotia. He's in the video. Like it's like a super song. It's like a super song with a bunch of different people that are all from like Nova Scotia
Yeah.
doing their thing. You know what I mean? It's called Super Nova Scotia, man. Classified, man.
Yeah, that's the thing about it, like American hip hop. We're not like really. They don't branch out too much and promote other country rappers and stuff, or just music in general. At least from what I've experienced. I don't know.
I'll disagree. Young T-Bags here like
disagree, too.
UK rappers.
Yeah.
Well, okay. That's,
I disagree on the fact that I grew up on American hip hop. That
Yeah.
when I hear a track from like when I hear some hip hop from like fucking let's say LL Cool J collaborating with DMX and then Redman and Method Man and Cannabis and Master P on 4321. I'm like, okay, that's serious because you're getting different people from different areas. And we have that same type of down here. It's just how you trying to create. Oh man, that track don't fit me. I don't want to get on that. You could get that down here. You know what I mean? So that's like every time if you listen to my music history, I mean, you have to go back and check the tapes, check the history. But I mean, I work with a lot of people, and the track is never the track. It always is, unless I'm building with the right people. But the track is never the track unless we sit for a second. Of course, a couple of things got to get changed here and there, and you got to. That's called building. We got to build that. We got to make that, man.
yeah.
T, since I didn't even have this question, but since I got to ask it though, since you're in the 36 chambers, I'm a big Wu-Tang fan myself. My favorites are RZA and the GZA, and I think Liquid Swords is the best fucking album maybe ever made. Who's your favorite Wu-Tang members?
Old Dirty Bastard.
Don't say all of them. Give me who's your favorite one. I like all of them too, but who's your favorite?
My favorite member is Old Dirty Bastard is my favorite of all time, of any rapper, of anybody.
ODB's good. He had the best album cover.
But you know why he's my favorite? It's not because he's the best rapper. It's because he could say anything or do anything anywhere outside, just like I'm doing with my fingers like this. He could beat and get your attention if he was speaking loud and being quick. That's why I liked him, because he was an entertainment. He was entertainment. He knew how to put on a show, and that's what I have about me. I know how to. I'm not saying I have it, but I just feel I have it, and that it just comes out. So, you know, it is what it is. If you like, some would say mess, some would say ghost, but Old Dirty Bastard is my favorite of all time and the best in the Wu-Tang. If you ask me.
Liquid Swords, though. I swear that's the best album.
Best album, hands down to me, front to back. Close toss-up. Return to 36 Chambers and Only Built for Cuban Links. 1.
They're great. I'll give you that. They're great. I love Liquid Swords. I'm a big fan of
close seconds. Battling for second. Supreme Clientele. And that's not even the first release, that's the second. But Supreme Clientele Iron Man, and Liquid Swords.
Iron Man was great too. Yeah. I'm glad we got to talk about Wu-Tang because these youngins, they don't know much about Wu-Tang, man. They need to
Wu-Tang
learn.
ain't nothing to fuck with, okay? I know that.
Oh, you
all
know
those
the
al-
one song. All right.
all-
I'll give you
all
that.
the-
You know the one song.
all those albums that were just mentioned, though, Iron Man, Liquid Swords, Return to the 36, only built for Cuban Link. That's all those guys' first darts out their chamber. That's their first dart out their chamber. Like, and everybody was like, when you make something that's the first one, you always try to capture. How did I make that first one? Like, you try to bring that back, and that's how you know you got something, man. And everybody keeps that's something.
Cuban Links was great too. That was Raekwon. Man, there's too
I-
many good ones to choose from. But
I could pick any one album from all 9 members. I could pick any one album and listen to that for the whole day, and I'd be good.
I got to go Liquid Swords though, man, because when that came out, I listened to Shadow Boxing. Like I listened to it like for 4 days straight, man.
I can't disagree. I can't disagree, man. I can't disagree. I mean, the only thing I would disagree about is just who I'm hearing on the albums. Because personally, on any Wu-Tang album, besides the first one, there wasn't enough. Besides Old Dirty's albums, there wasn't enough Old Dirty on any of those albums.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right. He wasn't on the album. But hey, did you hear me though? I said he had the best fucking album cover ever.
Fact.
ODB's album.
Fact.
Do you remember the cover of that?
The food stamp cover. Come on, man. I got a T-shirt.
That was great. That was fucking great.
I got a T-shirt like that upstairs, man. Come on, man.
Old Dirty.
That's my man, man. Come on, man. Hey, Old Dirty Bastard middle name is Tyrone, just so you know.
Yeah.
Nice.
Were you named after that? No, that's retarded. Never mind.
Nah, man.
Sorry. I'm drunk and I'm stupid. I apologize.
I'm buzzing too. No, man. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. I'm enjoying talking to you guys, man. Like this, it's something different too, man. Because everybody I did this shit was from Canada. You guys are in America and shit, so different point of view, and you know, what I mean, just you know what I mean, cross over a little bit, and shit, man. I like that, man.
Oh, culture,
definitely,
yeah,
man.
different culture.
Definitely, and so you guys know too. I mean, a lot of people in America love the Trailer Park Boys, man.
Oh, yeah.
They love that shit, man. Like
Huge hit.
On my Instagram, I have people saying to me all the time, "When are you coming to Memphis? When are you coming to Florida? When are you coming to Connecticut? When are you coming to Arizona? When are you coming to?"
Yeah.
And believe me, I'm familiar with America. Like I know America like I know Canada, almost, kind of, a little bit, but it's just different when I get there. Be different, but I mean, I know the geography and the history of and the social studies and the science behind it. You know what I mean? I understand it, and I'm like, man, if I can get there, I'll get there and I'll come, man. But the way shit's going on with the corona and the black light shit, and I ain't trying to travel nowhere, man. I just trying to go to fuck to work and come to fuck home.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're ever in Pittsburgh, definitely say something.
Yeah.
Smoke,
Speaking of Pittsburgh, T, I got a question. I know some of the Trailer Park Boys. Trailer Park Boys are good friends with Sidney Crosby from Nova Scotia. He's a big star here in Pittsburgh. You ever met him?
I didn't meet him. No.
You did?
I met Nathan McKinnon though.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on set.
He's in one of the episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the Rick. He was growing weed in that ball hockey.
Yeah, the ball hockey.
Yeah, growing weed. Shit. Yeah.
Rick, that was when Ricky posted. He had that flyer that said Wayne Gretzky and whoever might be there.
Yeah. Set everybody up and stuff, make them believe it. That's false advertisement, man.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm not lying. They might be there. They might not."
Try to tell him, man, but he wouldn't listen, right? Smoking too much weed, man. Yeah,
fucking on that hash, man. He was fucking.
oh, yeah.
That'd be a hell of a way to pay you. How
And-
Ricky used to pay
And
people.
don't forget, he came through live, and then he was in the animated shit too, man. They made him skate with broken legs, man.
That
Made
is
him skate
true.
with broken legs, man. It was fucked up,
Who's your
man.
favorite hockey team?
My favorite hockey team? Any Canadian team, man.
So you're pro Canada. I get it.
No. I say that because my father liked the Maple Leafs a lot, man. My father used to play hockey and stuff, and I don't play hockey. I have a whole new respect for hockey. When
I seen you play hockey.
no, I'm talking about on some skates though. About 2 years ago, I put skates on and I went out with my family and we went skating. You know what I mean? It was the evening. You know what I mean? Went to the spot where everybody goes ice skating and stuff. And my oldest son challenged me to a race, and he cheated. He jumped on the ice and was gone, but I couldn't catch him though. You know what I mean? And I realized to stay up, I have to have a balance in my ankles and my legs. But then I realized to play a game with that stick, to move like that, gotta be strong up top too, because you're gonna get a hit. You get a hit, keep your head up. That's tough to do.
Yeah, it's a tough game.
So I was like, man, I have a whole different respect for hockey. I respect any Canada hockey team, man. They're my favorites, man. Montreal, man. My father liked Toronto Maple Leafs. I like Montreal, man. Montreal or any other.
Like any other sports other than hockey? Do you like sports?
Besides Montreal though, I'd have to say it would be the Penguins, man. I like Mario Lemieux.
Nice.
Canadian too, right? Mario Lemieux, Canadian too, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Are you into like any other sports?
What is
He
that?
said,
Say that again.
he said, are you into any other sports?
Yeah, like besides hockey.
When I was younger, I played everything, man. I did all that stuff. Competitively, I would play like road hockey and stuff like that, or indoor basketball. But basketball was mainly it. I played the occasional football outside with my friends and stuff, but the occasional football. Soccer, not so much. You know, we kick a ball around and stuff, but no, nobody was trying to play soccer. Everybody was trying to play basketball, man. And I was out there. I played ball. I was like a Dennis Rodman. if you think like if you want me to describe how I played, I was like a Dennis Rodman. I wasn't the best scorer. I could score if I had the ball. I'm all about grabbing rebounds. I play the hardest defense on you. I'll take a charge. I'll block the fuck out you too, though. I could jump. I'll block fuck out you. That was my specialty, was blocking the shot or stealing the ball from you. So, I mean, that's what I did.
Taking a charge in a pickup game is fucking badass.
Yeah, but it wasn't even taking the charge, though. It was me just standing in front of you so that you knew not to come in. That if you were coming in, you're going to run into me. I'm not calling the foul. You can't, if I'm not calling the foul, you can't call the block. So you're going to lose the ball. Like, I'm willing to do that. You know what I mean? So I was willing to do that. So that was, I would like to think I played like Dennis Rodman, just energy, just all over the place. I was all over the place. Defensively, all over the place. Offense, I'll set a pick and, you know what I mean, cut for you and grab a rebound and kick it to you. Or if I grab the rebound, I grab it, put it back in. But, I mean, I wasn't really a super threat, only because I was aggressive that I could get to the rim. That's why I scored like that. But, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love basketball, man. My son played ball, man. My son played just like me too, man. But he got better handles and he got a better shot. And he's younger than I am when I started playing organized ball. So I just hope
So who
that.
are you a fan of?
Pardon me?
Who are you a fan of?
Who am I a fan of? My favorite player. My favorite player is Latrell Sprewell. I like Latrell Sprewell. I like the Knicks. I'm a Knicks fan, but I like players like Sprewell is my favorite player because he had braids and shit. I look like that. Whatever when I was playing and stuff, I had braids too. I look like that. But I like Hakeem Olajuwon. Defense, man.
Dame was great.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And Keem Olajuwon.
I thought he was gonna say James Harden. You got that James Harden beard going.
You talking about now? Oh, you talking about now? You talking about right now?
Oh, whatever.
Like right
all
now?
time.
No. All time. My favorite player all time, would, like I said, was Sprewell or Keem Olajuwon. But like right now, who I like in like the last 5 years, Westbrook, man.
He's nice. He's nice.
I don't like the way he dressed, but that has nothing to do with when you get on the court. You
He
play.
dresses like a fucking idiot. Drew says that's fashion that I wouldn't understand. I think
Yeah,
he dresses
that's fat. Look, I got a black hoodie on with black and green, army green, fucking camo pants on that are pajama pants with camo slippers on. I'm matching. I got a black hat on with a black and camo. I'm not.
I get you. I'm just saying I don't understand.
No,
Westbrook
but
dresses.
nothing on me is tight and out of place, and I'm not coming in with a purse and little things that make you be like, what? What the fuck?
Yeah,
when he steps on the court, hands down, that's my man. That's who I like. He can score. He'll pass the ball. He'll grab some rebounds. He'll steal. He'll run the floor with you. That's somebody who I want to play with.
He's kind of a ball.
No, you can't say that because he average a triple-double?
Yeah, but he would get a lot of them assists after he got his points up. He'd make sure he got his points first.
That's fine with me. Because now he's passing me the goddamn. I'll take those. I'll take that. I'll take that, man. He helped me get my points up. And if he's giving me the ball and I can score, he's getting assist off it. Give me the goddamn ball, man. I told you in the first quarter and the second quarter, pass me the ball. You want to go get points? Okay, you got them. Give me the ball now, man. Let's dominate.
I think he's a stats guy. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
he's
but if he's a stats guy, he still can do that. He's playing like that. Look at Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose could have been that too, I think, man. If he didn't get hurt, Derrick Rose could have been that, man. Derrick Rose, he's point guard too. He's running the floor. I don't got to give up the ball. I can shoot and attack the rim and get my own rebound back and put it back or pass it off. Who's stopping that, man? No big man stopping that. If I can
Westbrook is definitely the most athletic guy in the league. I'm not going to But Lakers in 4. Lakers in 4.
Well, another motherfucker is Damian Lillard, man. He's tough too, man.
Yeah, he's
tough too. And he's a one-man army, man. One man, he can do it to you, man.
And he's loyal.
Right?
That's why I like D'Lo, because he's loyal, man. He stayed in Portland when he didn't have to. He could have went somewhere else and got paid, and he just said, "No, I'm staying here." I fuck with Damian Lillard for that. Russ kind of did the same thing though in OKC. They just ended up trading him, but
right.
You know,
Russ is still proving his worth though, man.
Yeah.
He's still doing that with James Harden. So I mean, give or take assists or rebounds a game. That if he's not getting 10 or 11, one of the take, but he's still putting it up there on the board, man. He's that type of player, man. I would love to. I played with 2 people in my prime when I could play, and School and Adam Lucas. I don't know. You guys know who School is? That's my homeboy. That's my mad craze. But Adam Lucas is somebody I went to school with, and I always played ball with him. And I knew he always was ready to run the floor. Run, man. Because if I get the rebound and I look up and I see you, I'm kicking it to you. Because I know when I kick it to you, now I'm running even harder to catch up to you just to be involved. Even if you don't pass it back to me, I'm going to be there if you miss just to get that rebound to crash on them. And that's where I'm scoring at.
Yeah.
So I love playing with somebody like that. You know what I mean? I love playing with a Westbrook, man. He'll pass the ball. He's rebounding. And he's scoring too, man. I can't be mad at that, man. I can't be mad at that.
For sure.
Good points.
no rings or not, I like playing with somebody like that, man. You know what I mean? He's going for it. You know what I mean? LeBron got it. He's out there passing and what. If LeBron wants to be the king, man, take over. Take over. If they're gonna crash on you, kick it to the. Take over the game like you. If you see and you're the king, that's what Michael did. That's what Kobe did. Take over the game. Don't end up on the wrong end of the stats and the statistics of what people are saying. And man, that's only what he's supposed to do. Take over. He's been projected of that before he even came to the league. And I seen it in Canada on magazines when I was 16 years old, when I was 18 years old, seeing him in high school. And I'm like, wow. And then I'm like, man, me and my homie just had a conversation about that. I can't believe I seen LeBron James on a magazine when I was 18 at your house. And here it is, 22 years later, we talking about the same shit. It was like, wow, that time is flying, man.
Yeah, LeBron too, man. He's awesome for the fact of the way he grew up. I mean, he grew up, pretty much dirt poor, and the dude never gets in trouble. Like there's nothing really
great
bad
for the community too. Not only is he fucking a great player, he's great for the community too.
Right, but the players that are around him, even on the Lakers with Davis and Kuzma and everybody he got, they should already know and understand. LeBron is running like when he got the ball, let him. If it ain't him, it's Davis, and you can't stop the triangle. So that's what they should already be known. Just be in position. When you get in position, be ready. When you get the ball, be ready, or be ready to shoot, or be ready to put the tip in, or be ready to make that next pass be ready.
That's why I never liked the comparisons of LeBron to Jordan and Kobe. I like to compare LeBron more to Magic Johnson.
Yes.
He's more of a Magic Johnson type than he was.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
He's a facilitator, but he can't score. He's a beast taking the
But Magic was never looking to Magic could deliver for you, but he was always looking to set up his team to get them to make that basket to keep them in the game or to keep them up or whatever the case is. But Jordan was making that basket, sinking it, knowing we're up. Now we come back, I'm making a steal now, or Rodman's gonna hold you down, and then when I get the ball again, I'm scoring. That's where Kobe comes in. Kobe with Shaq or Ori or Fox and those guys. When they lock you down now, when we come back again, when Kobe came over that floor again, he got the ball. Shaq's inside, he's causing the distraction. But Kobe's gonna shoot that, put that nail in there. That's what Kobe and Jordan. And like you said, LeBron and Magic, I like the comparisons. That's the comparisons.
Exact comparison. That's why I never understand the LeBron to Jordan comparisons. This doesn't make no sense. He's not the same type player.
LeBron passes too much to be compared to Jordan. Kobe never passed that much like that.
LeBron is one of the greatest all-around players ever played the game.
In those situations, Kobe and Jordan they're not passing the ball now. They're taking it and they're doing it. And if they're passing, they're passing to the right person that they know they're making that shot. I believe you're making that shot. And it happened. Magic and LeBron, they're going to pass that ball. Or Magic's taking that shot like he did against the Celtics when he took that side out. You know what I mean? Like
the baby hook shot.
It's the one or two times where those players aren't taking that shot that they're passing the ball to the player because they know how to lead the team. Jordan's did it too.
Well, see, I'm glad you said that, T, because I'm a lifelong Laker fan since like 1980.
But you got to know how to lead. That's what it is, though. You got to take that shot to be able to know that I'm leading people. I believe in you. When they collapse on me and they come for me and double team me, when I kick you that ball, I believe that you're gonna make that shot right there, and it's on you now.
Yeah,
that's what the fuck that is, man.
Right, but My thing about it, and you said you hit that with Magic Johnson, was like he could score. He just only when he had to. He knew the right times when he had to score, and then he did it. Like the baby hook shot against the Boston Celtics.
That's what LeBron does though. LeBron scores when he knows he has to, or he like I can, instead of actually taking over, or like let us get up by 15, then play and let's lock these guys down and just play a comfortable game, or just keep attacking or whatever. But he could do that. He could be like a Charles Barkley.
Christ.
And scoring wise, like just aggressive, taking over. Come on, man. Who's stopping that guy, man? Come on, man. Come on, man. Who the fuck's stopping that guy, man?
Nobody. That's why he's been dominating for the last 20 years.
I sit up here in Canada, and the only thing I could say against anything that of that and that nature too, I'm like, man, I see these guys, LeBron and Anthony Davis, Kyrie, all them, but then I'm looking at, I'm like, okay, 25 years, man, took us to win that championship, man. I look at Toronto, both fucking time, man. I don't give a shit if KD was hurt, if Klay Thompson hurt his knee, Curry wasn't playing, the Green, this, DeMarcus Cousins, man. Look, when you're playing right for something and something's on the line, and something happens, but you still got to play, and you lost your best this or your best that, but you still got to play the game, and you're going up against a team, and that team beat you. Let's just say it was vice versa. Let's just say this. Let's say all those things happened to the Warriors, and then the Raptors came out and they lost to the Golden State Warriors, and the Warriors won. Look how, and then the Warriors would have been praised like they beat the Raptors, bro, and they didn't even have KD, and they didn't have Klay Thompson, and they still beat the Raptors. Shame. And I've seen it amongst my son's basketball leagues and stuff where they didn't have players. Oh, you guys beat us because we didn't have this person. Your team still had to show up and play. Fuck it. Don't talk shit. Honestly, don't. Because I've seen it myself. Like, I've been in those situations. Don't, NBA world, don't talk shit. Bleep that out. Don't hate. The Raptors came out and they did what they were supposed to do, and they had the whole country behind them. And when they was in Golden State and when they came back to Toronto, Toronto helped. Toronto did what they were supposed to do when they represented for the NBA and for history and for Canada. You can't hate on that. You know what I mean? So anybody can win.
Yeah.
Anybody can win.
As we're talking NBA, let me just tie in one of these topics I had going on. So the NBA playoffs and the Stanley Cup playoffs about to kick off. Who do you got winning the NBA title or the Stanley Cup Finals? I got the Lakers winning the Stanley Cup Finals and the Penguins winning. Or I'm sorry, I fucked that up. The Lakers win the NBA Finals and the Penguins winning the Stanley Cup Finals. Drew, who you got?
Penguins, Celtics.
Was?
Wrong. All right, you got the Sixers, you got the Carolina Hurricanes.
Picking the most popular.
Brady?
Oh, you already know I'm going Sixers and Pens. So that's
fucking fanboys. You're fucking fanboys.
If you're
You
asking
said
me,
Lakers and Pens, you dummy.
Well, I only want the Pens because I don't know shit about hockey. See who you got.
I say the Raptors. And fuck, man. I gotta say the Raptors and the Penguins, man.
There you go.
Oh, see, he said the Penguins. All right.
Well, I anything Canadian, man. I gotta fuck. And ain't no Canadian teams in the playoffs, are they? They ain't fucking.
Well, yeah, the Pens play Montreal first round.
Yeah, Montreal gonna get fucked up.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, as much as
The only reason even as a non-Pens fan, I would give the Pens a solid chance. You just gave Sidney Crosby over a month to fucking rest up and come back sharp. Nah,
Yeah. But
I
that's
wouldn't
if he's
bet
on. But that's if he's on his game though, and if everybody's out there staying in shape and doing what they're supposed to be doing just to be active, stay in shape, certain teams might have an edge,
There's
or
one thing
it
I
might
know.
be competitive. So
Yeah, Sidney Crosby stayed in shape. That's one that dude does. He don't do
well,
nothing.
Sidney Crosby from Nova Scotia, man. He Halifax, man. He died.
yeah.
So
Yep.
shout out to Sidney Crosby, man.
Yeah.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
Your boy T, man.
The one thing about the NHL playoffs that I've noticed throughout the years of watching that, though, you can have the best team, but if one team, I'll shout out Carey Price with Montreal that one year against the Penguins. Or no, what the fuck was his name? Was it Carey Price? You can have the best team, if you get a hot goalie, you can just go all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals.
That's what it means, though. You got to have a good goalie.
Well, I mean, the Kings just did it a couple years ago with John.
When you beat the defense and the defense ain't there, your goalie got to back you up.
Yep.
You got to back you up, man, so they don't score, man. And if he's doing that, man, come on, man, you got to give him all praises, man. Especially when the score like 2-1 or 3-2, scores like 1-0. Come on, man, he shut them out, man. They wasn't getting in.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm really surprised no one picked the Lakers other than me for the NBA Finals.
The Lakers are favorite, but the Lakers they still have trouble against the Clippers, man.
Yep.
The Lakers will have trouble against. They'll have trouble against Houston, man.
Did you watch the last game when we played them against the Clippers?
It's tough in the West.
Full strength. They were full strength.
Yeah, but they dominated you guys in the season.
Yeah, but the West is more tough than the East. So the Raptors, they can get right to the Eastern Conference Final against Milwaukee, and even if it'd be tough, but they could still get by though.
The East is wide open, that's for sure.
That's what I'm saying, and the Raptors can get by.
Yeah, they could. There's 3 or 4 teams down in the East that can go to the final.
And like you said earlier, you said everybody's sitting home getting healthy.
Yeah.
Resting their bones and their hurts, and my shoulder hurt and it's getting rested. And, I feel good, man. Feel good.
Yeah.
That helps a veteran team like the Lakers. You're going to get playoff LeBron, man. I can't believe just because he wasn't in the playoffs last year, you forget about playoff LeBron. You're going to get playoff LeBron this year. Playoff LeBron. Let me move on to another topic then.
He needs to step up and do what he's supposed to do to make his team great. Make his team great. Make them great. Make them make shots too, though. They have to step up and make him great too, though. That's what it's about. Hockey,
move on to another
basketball,
topic,
baseball, football.
Talk about this. You don't know T-Bag 69 here, but my question is, he thinks on our annual beach trip this year that he's definitely getting pussy. And he's going to do it by Tinder. So I want to ask everyone, what's Drew's chances of getting pussy at the beach by using Tinder? And he's getting Tinder Gold. I'm going to put it at like 10%.
Okay, so here's the thing, Drew. If you got to use Tinder to get pussy at the beach, you fucking suck.
Let me finish. I don't think a lot of people use Tinder at the beach because the pussy's already available.
I am 100% smashing at the beach. I don't care what anyone says. You're going to pay me $30.
All right, listen, Drew. If you paid for it, it doesn't fucking count.
I already paid for it. I'm not like you, boys.
If you need Tinder to fuck at the beach in the summertime, there's something wrong with you. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Good take, Waz. Brady?
Thank you.
I already got a $30 bet saying that he doesn't, so.
That sounds interesting.
Hey, what is his chances? Give it. Look at him, T. What's his chances?
I'm a pretty okay looking guy.
I don't know. I mean, he possibly could just do it just because y'all calling him out like that, right? So.
Exactly. But by using Tinder, I don't think Tinder's effective at the beach.
Oh, Tinder's effective.
At the beach?
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. He's using that, but who's to say tomorrow, the next? He don't just go out and make it happen.
He can't. It's impossible for him. I'm just telling you. He's my brother. I know.
I feel like I've
Come on,
never.
man.
Everybody.
Everybody has a horseshoe up their ass.
Oh yeah.
It's just a matter of when it gets pulled out.
Yeah. Looking at it in that sense, maybe, but
Make you lucky, yeah, man.
yeah. Yeah. Well, what else we got? Anything else? Because
I believe you can do it, man.
yeah.
Fish,
You got your back.
fish, and your hook will be caught.
Hey, I'm doing it just for you.
All right, I'll move on to another topic here. I got a bunch of topics. We're not gonna get into them all. I had to get to Drew with the pussy at the beach thing because I had to do that. But what you guys thought of the star athletes taking a stance on important issues? I mean, it was well documented that Michael Jordan stayed silent on these issues because he always said Republicans buy sneakers too. But I think on one hand, they have a huge platform to reach a lot of people. But on the other one, you're going to be alienating some of the people that buy your merch. So, T, what you think?
I'm Canadian, so I'm not American, so I don't follow that shit. But at the same time, I'm like, it makes sense, but I'm Canadian, man. I follow it, but I'm Canadian. But it's like, man, he's making points and he's making a valid point. But overall, fuck a shoe, man. A shoe is gonna affect lives. If it matters with lives, man, we gotta deal with lives, man. Fuck a shoe, man. We can get a shoe.
But I'm saying, you think of someone like LeBron. LeBron's one of the guys who weighs in a lot on that, and he also sells sneakers and all kinds of merches. So,
yeah.
And you
but
know how these.
He also states his mind. He states his opinion. He does.
Oh, I agree with that, and he has a huge platform to do it. But what I'm saying is, he could be alienating half of the sales.
Yeah, and I can never ever. I think
it takes courage to do that. To be honest.
Well, no, and that's just it. He's doing that, so I can't never come at him with an arrow to say he's doing this or he's doing that. He's doing it. So who the fuck am I to say if I ain't saying nothing or doing something? You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? That's my whole point. Like, I'm behind, like, me being in Canada, I'm not in America. And shit's like that is happening in Canada, but it's not to that level or that effect, but it's still being felt up here. And we feel it up here. And I feel it. And I follow LeBron, and I follow hip hop. I follow everything in America that's hip hop. I mean, everything. That's why I'm Wu-Tang. And I mean, I see it. So I mean, as a black man in Nova Scotia in Canada, I've faced shit myself in the last 5 years that I felt like, man, if I had a little bit more power and stroke of who I was and who I am, of how I'm projected, and more say of what I can do, I would have made a stir down here myself, just because of how I was being treated by society. But it got dealt with, and it was done. And yes, I suffered a little bit, but it made me as a man understand a little bit more. As that man understanding that, as I go forward, I know what to expect now. I know how to deal with more stuff, and I'm just being ready. And like, seeing shit that's happening in America only makes me more prepared to understand and deal with what's going on up here in Canada. And for anybody that's out there, like LeBron James or the fucking James Hardens or the Russell Westbrooks, and that's just NBA. Shaquille O'Neal, shout out Shaq. You know what I mean? For everybody, I'm here in Canada, and I'm somebody that in Canada, people know who I am, but I ain't on the level like those guys. But I still feel that, and I'm in the middle. I'm underneath them, but I know what it is, man. Like, I feel that shit, man. I mean, I got two sons. They mix. You know what I mean? Their mom's not black. You know what I mean? So I feel a certain way. I mean, and I live in a neighborhood where it's all white people around me. I mean, I'm the black face. When you see my face, when I step aside, I'm there. You know what I mean? My kids, when you see them, you know what I mean? And there's a few other kids that are half colored and shit like that, or half black. They around, but I mean, it's just different times. You know what I mean? Especially you think back half your life ago, man. I don't know in America, like, but when I think back half my life ago, man, I wasn't worrying about the white nigger, man. That unless he was calling me a nigger to my face or bringing some racial shit to me, I wasn't worried about that, man. I got lost. All my friends that are friends to me that ain't family are white niggas. That's real. That's real. I mean, that's
What's your comment on that topic?
I told you, Mr. Finch is my son's godfather, man. I mean, so.
Well, first of all, I think the woman that said "shut up and dribble" was fucking dumb as fuck, and that's totally fucking stupid. I mean, that'd be like me saying, "Hey, you know, I think basketball is cool," and then LeBron's like, "You shut the fuck up. You don't even fucking play basketball. You shut the fuck up." It's like,
right.
How are you gonna tell someone to have a fucking just be silent on their opinion? That's fucking stupid.
Right.
But that wasn't my question. My question was like, what do you think about them doing it? Like, as opposed to, you know, they're alienating some of their fan bases, or they want to get their views across.
Well, first off, I think that by stating their opinions, that's pretty real of them, because they know they're going to lose, like, one side or the other, no matter what stance they take. And if they make that stance, that just says, I don't give a fuck about the money. I want to make my fucking voice be heard. You know what I mean? So I respect them, bro. Yeah.
Some people are just speaking just because people are saying stuff and they just want to speak now. And that's why a lot of shit gets misconstrued, because people just speak because they have a voice and they can say whatever they want, but instead of shutting the fuck up, they want to speak. And like, honestly, like for all the problems that are out there, not just Black Lives Matters and all the shit or whatever, but if you ain't really helping the problem, shut the fuck up and don't say nothing and let the people do what they doing, make what's happening happen.
Yeah.
I mean, like, shut the fuck up, man. And if you ain't helping, shut the fuck up, man. I mean, because once you start speaking and you're speaking on some shit that it's about something, there's a movement happening, and you're speaking on the movement, and you're not speaking about the movement happening, and you start speaking about against it, you're gonna get backlash, man. No matter what the fuck the movement is.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna get that backlash, man. So why the fuck you gonna speak? Shut the fuck up, man. Just keep the fuck. And that's where that movement turns to those people and be like, yo, so what? You ain't with us? You against Black Lives Matters, or we against kids, people raping kids, or we against fucking people breaking it, this and that, or whatever. If you ain't against it, why the fuck you? If you ain't with it, even if you against it, shut the fuck up. Like,
Yeah, I definitely agree. Don't say anything at all.
Brady, what's your thoughts on it?
I mean, you guys pretty much touched it all. I mean, I the way I see it, if you're educated, like LeBron's a pretty educated fella, and he probably reaches, I'd guess, close to 100 million people. If he's educated,
even go to college.
say great shit, fuck yeah, say what you got to say. But then again, like T said, who the fuck am I to tell him what to say? I mean, the dude's a fucking, you know, he's pretty much accomplished anything he's ever wanted to. I mean,
right. Well, I guess when you're talking about LeBron worth $1 billion, you know, some people not buying his sneakers anymore ain't really gonna hurt. But I'm talking maybe less guys.
They're buying his shit. They
right,
might
they're
not
still gonna buy it,
but they're buying it for their kids.
They're buying it for a different reason, man.
They're buying it.
My kid wants to play basketball. He need a pair of shoes. Now they're going to get shoes. He likes the shoes. They feel good. They're getting them, man.
Some rich white dude that doesn't like what LeBron says, if his son plays basketball, that motherfucker's buying him a pair of brand new LeBrons.
I disagree. I disagree with that comment. Because if you got some Trump pansy that fucking hates LeBron for what he says against Trump, he's not going to buy his kid LeBron sneakers because of that reason.
But
because that's how they are.
Because of that reason. But don't you know his kid is going to go get those shoes because of that reason, man?
Yep. LeBron ain't hurt.
It's called rebellance. Rebellance, man. What you tell me not to do, I'm going to go do.
Yep.
What you tell me not to do, I'm going to go do. I'm living proof, and I'm going through it. I know. Everything I tell my kids not to do, they keep doing. That's why I get gray hairs in my beard. I know what it is, and I understand it. And it's that shit like that has nothing to do with that's shit that people can really, really understand. It has nothing to do with race and that shit that people, and once people understand shit like that, that's when it will only be real. That's when it will only be real, man.
That's true.
You know what I mean? That's fuck. Like I said, man, I tell my son, don't go outside and play with that kid. He's gonna go outside and play with that kid. If I tell him not to play with that kid, he'll go play with that kid until he finds out not to play with that kid for his own reasons. And he's gonna experience something. That's what I want him to learn.
Yeah, you
know?
gotta learn on your own.
You gotta understand that. But then you gotta understand, why was my dad telling me this? Why was this being said to me? Okay, then this, and you put two things together and it makes sense. Then when you start to make sense, you start to make dollars. Like, that's a metaphor. But I'm saying, you start to put things together and things start to make sense and you start connecting the dots. And you just understand. So, and not everybody, but some people are just a certain way. They're just a certain way and you can't change that, good or bad. You know what I mean? So it's up to the individual to understand what they're dealing with, who they're dealing with, when they're dealing with, what they're dealing with in that situation, man.
Yep.
Yeah, no doubt. We got to wrap this up soon, but I wanted to get into, I'm a betting guy, give me some quick UFC winners tonight. Drew, go ahead.
Aljamain Sterling, definitely getting the dub. Neil Magny and Rafael Ascension.
Waz, what you got?
I disagree with 2 out of the 3. I'm gonna take his second statement, flip the other 2.
I don't even think you know who the fuck's fighting. Brady, who you got?
I'm literally, my picks are the exact opposite of Drew's. I'm going Rocco Martin. I'm going Corey Sandhagen. Dude's a fucking absolute killer. And Cody Garbrandt's going to bounce back and get a fucking win. He needs it.
All right. T, you watch UFC?
I do watch. I don't watch, but I know a little bit about it. I was just going to disagree with one of you guys and just say the opposite. But, I mean, y'all already said that, but I just hope somebody knocks somebody the fuck out quick. That's what the fight's about, right?
Yeah.
You want to see somebody get hit and fucked up real quick or choked out, right? So,
yep,
that's what I want, man.
Yep. 100%. That's the only reason I watch for the most part.
Right, man.
I want to say real quick, though, that Amanda Nunes in the main event is a huge favorite. But DraftKings has this odds boost that are giving her plus 500, and some of them are plus 1,000. Do you think DraftKings fucking knows something? Do they know something?
They're just going to give you fucking 500.
The girls' MMA fighting stuff, that's competitive to me on a different level. Now, I like that. Yeah. That's something I like. I don't want to see guys fighting. I want to see guys fighting. Beating the shit out of each other, man. Then that guy turn on me. I don't want to see that. Right, yeah, man. Put 2 girls in there. Let me see. Let that girl punch her in the face. I want to see girls fight. Professionally, bro. Yeah.
Brady, what do you think about that Nunes odds boost?
I think Vegas would never offer you something like that if Amanda Nunes was going to win. I mean, I've been betting a long time. They don't do shit.
Do they know something? Because a friend of the show, Tom Worthy, UFC fighter, he picked Spencer to win the fight tonight.
I know a lot of people are picking her to win, and a lot of people I know are jumping all over that plus 500 that they're offering. Why do you think they're doing it? Because they think it's a surefire thing. They know. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but my phone's on 10%, so I got to wrap up quick here.
Waz, what do you think about the odds boost?
You know, I mean,
Yes, no, I did.
Yeah.
it can go either fucking way.
Well,
Look at the fucking Super Bowl Giants Patriots, right? What do you think those odds were? Fucking astronomical. But everyone thought, oh, it's a surefire fucking thing. I think it goes the other way. I don't think New Year's wins tonight.
No, that's what we just said. We think she's
Yeah,
going to lose.
I'm agreeing with you. Fuck off.
Or
All
not.
right, yo. So what's good, man? I gotta wrap this up anyways, like, because I got some stuff I gotta do. But you guys,
Yeah.
I want you guys to sign it off so I can give my shout out, and I'll shout you guys out again.
Where the
Yeah,
hell
well,
did Drew go? He was going to wrap it up, I think.
Well, you go ahead and give us your shout out, and we'll wrap you up, and then we'll just get out of here.
I'm gonna read what I say and say what I say. I'm gonna read what I say and say what I see. Yo, what up, man? This is T, man, aka Knucklehead, man. I'm chilling with the Danny Hammer and Brady Gates, Ep.6, man. You already know what it is, man. I'm on their podcast, man. You already know what it is. It's your boy T, man. Much love, much shout-outs, much respect, man. Black Lives Matter, man. And not even that Black Lives Matter, all fucking lives matter, man. I mean, everybody look out for everybody, man. The boy T, Rock Power in the house, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Much love, man. I appreciate the love, man. Thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it. You already know what it is, man.
Yep.
Holler anytime, man. You already know.
Yeah.
Love,
You're always
check for me, man.
up. It was a pleasure.
If you're looking for me, I'm on Instagram. Knucklehead Official, man. Holler at your boy. You already know. Salute.
Peace,
Love
buddy.
T.
Peace and love, man.
Yep. Take it easy. We really appreciate you stopping by, man, for real. That was
I
a great
appreciate
conversation.
I appreciate the love, guys, man.
And yeah, that's about it for us. We'll see you guys next week. Other than that, yeah, we'll talk to you guys next week. Peace out.
You already know. Check the tapes. Holler.
Drew, did you end the podcast? What are you doing? Oh, Drew fucked it up. All right. Love you guys. See you later. Danny Hammer on Facebook. Peace. Love you guys.